Finally, this is the time to say goodbye to West Bengal. Today we will enter into the territory of Sikkim. This city name is Tista and this is the Tista checkpoint at Teesta Iron Bridge. Today is day 408 of Chandigarh to Australia cycling trip and day 22 of cycling here in West Bengal. This day began with an unusual start. So rising at 4 am, I settled on a table near the rafting booking shed to edit my video. So in the dim early morning light, I noticed someone sitting nearby. Initially, I assumed it was a night duty staff from the same checkpoint. But as the Lakshman brother got up in the morning at 5, a poignant story unfolded.
तो मैं पूछा लेकिन वो गार्जियन से आया वो गैंगटॉक जा रहा है बोल रहा है हम कहाँ रात को 3 बजे
A disoriented young woman had been sitting there from 3 am. She was alternating between claiming she was from Sikkim or she was from Siliguri. She was dropped here by some tourists this previous night. She was clearly distressed and confused. Lakshman Bhai's passionate response was to either help her to find the correct address and ensure that she safely reached her home or by placing her somewhere safe. By 7 am, a volunteer arrived and she took her away, which brought a somber moment to our morning, a day of challenges and observation. Usually one episode of editing one of my video takes 7 to 8 hours of my day. Starting from 4, I could finish the editing at 10. So around 10 am, a wasp decided to make its presence known by painfully stinging on my finger here. So after completing the editing part of video, I put that on export. It was 11:30. As one video take around 40 to 50 minutes to get exported, I took this opportunity to wash my clothes on a tap near the Iron Bridge. Local rafting organizers and the residents started gathering around me. They were sharing the stories about the torturous descent road which I took from Darjeeling to reach here in Tista.
कैसे आ गया ऊपर से दार्जिलिंग से?
मैं पैदल आया।
रास्ता ऐसा था ना स्लो, कुछ भी काम नहीं करता है उधर, साइकिल हो या मोटर गाड़ी हो या गाड़ी हो, कुछ भी काम नहीं करता है। अच्छा, ब्रेक फेल होता है।
मेरे साथ भी वही हो रहा है, सबके साथ प्रॉब्लम आता है।
सब वही है सर, जितना भी गाड़ी बढ़िया लेके आओ ये रास्ते में ब्रेक फेल होता है
सर। खतरनाक रास्ता,
अब डेंजरस है सर।
वो वाला जो बाइक वहाँ खड़ा है,
सुबह 4:30 को हुआ था ब्रेक फेल।
सुबह को 4:30 बजे। ओए होए,
ये देखिए
हमने लेके आया था।
ये तो छोटा हो गया पूरा, ठुक के
पूरा सर पूरा
ऊपर
में उड़ के नीचे जंगल में घास में गिर गया सर।
और आदमी बचा
नहीं सर, बहुत इंजर्ड है अंदर में। ये स्पीकर कट होता है, ये टूटा है,
ब्रेक फेल हो गया था।
नीचे दिखता है ना, हम लोग को लगता है 1 नंबर 2 नंबर में कुछ नहीं, 3-4 नंबर चलता है ना तब ब्रेक ही काम मिलेगा।
अच्छा, 1 नंबर में ये
1 नंबर 2 नंबर में चलना चाहिए ना, तो 3-4 में चलता है, ब्रेक का काम नहीं।
वहाँ बोर्ड भी लगा था 1 नंबर में चलना,
ड्राइव इन फर्स्ट गियर लिखा
हुआ है। It became clear that my challenging journey was not unique. Many had similar experiences with the steep downhill and unforgiving terrain, crossing borders and reflection on West Bengal. At 12:40 pm, I bid farewell to Lakshman and Sanjay Bhai at the Triveni checkpost, embarking on my journey towards Sikkim. The roadside signboards caught my attention, a quirk of West Bengal government that I found amusing and perplexing. This road is maintained by PWD. They don't leave an opportunity to lose it. I found it all bullshit. I don't know what is the reason and what is the thought process behind it, but whatever the responses I have received from all of you into the comment section, those answers are still not able to justify the reason of putting millions of signboards like this everywhere. I'm so much concerned about these signboards that even on my last day here in West Bengal, I'm talking about them. The Teesta River originates from Sikkim and eventually meeting the Brahmaputra River, marking a significant geographic landmark. I had not had anything since morning except a cup of tea and a biscuit, so I went to the same dhaba where I had dinner last night. I saw the locals standing roadside to welcome a local politician. It was 1:15 pm when I could start the ride after having breakfast and paid 60 rupees for that. So this is the Tista Bazaar, which has many shops. This is the point where they end the rafting trip. The road to Sikkim, the journey was marked by systematic traffic, which is a characteristic which I appreciate about Darjeeling people and this region. This is the view of Tista city from the bridge. They are constructing a tunnel into the mountains to reduce the travel time. I arrived to this crucial junction, present 2 paths. If I go straight ahead, I will reach to Kalimpong, and if I go down left, it will take me to Gangtok. The road alternated between steep ascents and the steep descents, which was really challenging my cycling skills. You can climb on kind of steep climbs, but going down on such things I cannot dare to. And that thing happened after the accident. I'm really having a fear of downhill nowadays. Bicycle is heavy and my brakes cannot control it on such a downspeed. It took me only 30 minutes to reach at this point. It is possible to enter into the Sikkim from Melli also, but this will take you to another district of Sikkim which is known as Namchi. Because I am going to Gangtok, so I will cross the West Bengal and Sikkim border from Rangpo, RNGPO. After a ride of another 10 minutes, I reached to this point where from they start the rafting.
So this is the place where from the rafting will start.
I saw a raft in the Teesta River.
So when you raft here, it's moreover pleasant because there are no rapids, especially in this area. But near the Tista bridge, there were many. How beautiful this raft is looking in the water.
The landscape was dotted with interesting sights. I saw two puppies playing with each other. It was very hot. I was sweating badly.
Very difficult, man. Sometimes very steep climb. Whoa, so difficult to climb on that. Look.
The video which I edited this morning was getting uploaded. For that purpose, I had to take a stop at a place where I could get the 5G signal.
Video is uploaded. Time is 3:15. So this much time it took.
After a ride of 20 minutes from this point, when I saw this temple, which is made in a very strange manner.
Look at the structure they have made using that rock under this platform, and then a temple is made that has a statue of Lord Shiva, and there's some kirtan which is going on. Very strange and a different kind of temple it is, isn't it? Never seen something like this. See the river behind me. These kind of heavy fast vehicles are dangerous because for me keeping my bicycle straight is very difficult. It always goes zigzag left and right, especially on the climbs. So vehicle overtaking me becomes a challenge.
Soon I saw a milestone which was telling me this.
Gangtok is 52 now, Rangpo is a 12 kilometer, and this is National Highway 10 going there on that side. Can you see that?
At few places you will find the road either under construction or damaged due to the landslide.
The road is a mix of up and down, and there are few places where it is extreme steep up, and down is a kind of okay because I am not afraid like I was yesterday. Very fun ride today, unlike yesterday that was suicidal. That was really suicidal. It is very difficult when you sweat and ride because your own sweat goes into your eyes and your eye starts burning like it is happening with me right now. Somehow I'm keeping them open. This is how the bridges were made in older days, using all steel.
I left few bananas for the monkey which was sitting on a tree.
Or any other animal whichever can come and eat. 7 more kilometers to go.
Time was 4:40 p.m.
Okay, it's getting dark. Sunset has already happened. But it's a beautiful jungle. Look at this side. Huge trees. Some vehicles are parked because there are some hotels.
This is the kind of locality which I am crossing, where I see lots of shops, hotels made with metal sheets or wood. In front of them many trucks were standing. Among these tall trees I saw many houses. Most of them were made with wood or metal sheets.
I have come to a very strange place. There are the wooden made houses. Hi. Hello. So, you can see those.
Oh, it's small.
Yeah.
Oh,
So look at those small barracks or the cabins made with wood. Okay. Sounds good.
फॉलो कर दिया ना
ये कौन सी जगह? ये घर जगह, ये गांव है, शहर है?
डिग्रे को था
Name?
विलेज में
रंपू 11 माइल बोलता है.
हाँ, 11 माइल बोलता है. Okay.
I told you that at few places it is a steep up and steep down. See how much I had to climb to reach on this bridge.
It was such a steep climb. Killed me, man. Finally. Can you see the vehicles go down and coming up? See, you will see the vehicle now. Can you see this? Despite of having such a height, still it was coming down up from the down.
From this bridge onwards, the road starts getting down. I was surprised to see the way they have built those hotels and the shops roadside with the help of bamboo pillar and the bamboo base. At this place, Tista River is flowing very close to the road. Sunset happened at 5:15 p.m.
Gangtok is 42 and Rangpo is 6. Very tired. Vehicles lights are on, house lights are on, and there is a traffic jam there with the red lights which you can see.
I realized my mistake about the distance.
Okay, that was misunderstood. Rangpo is 2 kilometers as per this, and Sangtam is a place which is 13. Gangtok is 41. Pak Yong is 22 kilometers. Okay.
Because I was getting close to the border area, there were many shops, hotels with lots of vehicles. All of these taxis with the yellow number going towards Sikkim.
Reach Rangpo. Sangtam is 12. Go straight. Gangtok 38. Go straight. Namchi and Lachin 43 and 115 respectively. This is NS10.
So I thought Rangpo is on my right hand side and I have entered to Sikkim.
I'm standing in front of the police station of Rangpo.
But soon I got a correction from a boy standing there.
Got a correction, still I'm in West Bengal, and if I cross this border, I will reach to Sikkim. Thanks for the clarity.
Now I have to cross this bridge. The actual border, the checkpoint, was at the end of the bridge.
So I'm entering to Sikkim. It's there. I have noticed one thing, that there is no vehicle which has crossed me from last many minutes, and why so I don't know. Let's go and see. So that was the border there, and that's the Indian flag. I was asking if there is a formality. They said because you are Indian, there is no formality required. You can go to Gangtok. If you go to North Sikkim, that means Nathula Pass, then you need a permit, otherwise not. So let's go to Gangtok. We'll go to Gangtok and welcome to Sikkim.
But I had to change my mind immediately. The moment I saw the road conditions and the kind of a traffic on this road from both the sides, so I decided to return and start my journey to Sikkim tomorrow. With the help of Google Map, I found the location of nearest Indian oil pump.
This is the Indian oil petrol pump. Let's go and check.
The moment I went there and asked for the permission, they immediately permitted. I fed the biscuit to the dog which was there on the pump.
Look at the condition of my hand. It's swollen up completely up to this place. Goodness. See? About 26.5 kilometers. Riding time was 2 hours 40 minutes. Elevation gain is 435 meters. So highest point on this route was 277 meters. It was around 26.1 kilometer distance. And the maximum speed I gained was 38 kilometers per hour, and that was around 17 kilometers point.
I pitched my tent around 9:30 p.m. Till that time I was sitting on a chair and working on my laptop. This young boy, whose name is Sagar, he really had been very kind and helpful throughout my stay there. Let me tell you, next day in the morning, when I was about to leave this place, he left me surprised by doing something which I have never ever expected in my whole life. What is that? I will tell you about it into the next episode, but that was really amazing. So this is how my day came to an end. My total expenses of the day are 60 rupee for that food, 10 rupee for Parle-G biscuit packet. Because I have not had my dinner, so it is total 70 rupee. Reflections on West Bengal. What I have learned on my journey across the West Bengal. My journey through West Bengal had been elevation, from coastal beaches to the Brahmaputra Delta, from modern Kolkata to the vast paddy fields and the high mountains of Darjeeling. This state offered an incredible diversity of landscapes. While acknowledging the potential of the West Bengal and its people, I sensed a missing of spark of leadership and management. Yet my optimism remained. I believe the Bengali people will one day become the torchbearer of progress and cultural development. A heartfelt goodbye to West Bengal and its wonderful people. You had enriched me as a traveler, as a cyclist, and as a human being. My heart is full of love and gratitude for each one of you who has showered the blessings and the love on me throughout the journey, through the comments, through the financial support and emotional support. Honestly, I want to confess that East or West Bengal is the best. Lots of love to all of you. You all Bengali have a special place in my heart and you all will remain there forever. If you like this kind of a story of mine, then subscribe to the channel World Wanderer Cycling on a Budget and hit the bell icon so that you get the notifications of my new videos first. I have learned many beautiful lessons from the road while traveling between Darjeeling and Tista. I have made a very beautiful episode. I am giving you the link here on this site, and those who have supported me on my journey, their names are given here. Please read them and tell them thank you on my behalf. That's all for now. We will meet soon into the next state, Sikkim, with a new story in the next episode. Till then, take care of yourself. Bye bye.